Everyone. Today we discuss photosynthesis process. The main definition of photosynthesis process, which is green plants and other some organisms use sunlight to synthesize nutrients from carbon dioxide and water. The photosynthesis in plants generally involve the green pigment chlorophyll and generates oxygen as a byproduct, and it is a process by which the autotrophic organisms use light energy to make sugar and oxygen gas from carbon dioxide and water, and it occurs in plant algae and some protocots anabolic, that means small molecules combined androgenic stores energy and is also stored as carbohydrate in their bodies. The main importance of the photosynthesis is the sun energy, which is utilized form of energy on the earth, and the process that most biological organisms to unable to perform. And in this, the ATPs is used to power these process. That means ATP is nothing but adenosine triphosphate, which is in sunlight on the green plants, and it converts the light energy which is given by the sun into the chemical energy which is in the form of glucose, and the process of circular representation converts energy in glucose to energy in the form of ATP, which is used in power biological process. And also it converts that means whatever the photosynthesis and the carbon dioxide removal, it converts carbon dioxide into oxygen. During the photosynthesis process, carbon dioxide leave the atmosphere and enter the plant and leaves as oxygen, and it is a process which is ecologically and environmentally important in nature. And photosynthesis and the ecosystem, when compared to the ecosystem, the energy is produced by the photosynthesis forms the basics of virtual all terrestrial and aquatic food chain. As a result of that, the photosynthesis is the ultimate source of carbon in the organical molecules which are found in some most organisms. The high oxygen concentration in the atmosphere is delivered directly from the light reactions of photosynthesis. And also the solar energy transformed by the photosynthesis, which is a source of countless vegetable, animal and organic side products. And also wood is a very important material used as a fuel, and which is in many fields including in construction. Paper, cotton and other natural fibers consists of cellulose product almost entire by the photosynthesis plants. And wool also depending upon the energy sheet containing from the grass and photosynthesis. Site of photosynthesis, and this photosynthesis occurs in chloroplast organisms in certain plants. All the green plants have chloroplast and carried out of the photosynthesis. Here the green plants have the most chloroplast. The green color names from chlorophyll in the chloroplast. That means the pigment which absorbs the light energy. Here the chloroplast contains the stroma and a fluid grana stacks of talcoloids, and the thylakoids contain chlorophyll, which is a green pigment that capture light for the photosynthesis process. Photosynthesis mainly classified into two types, light dependent and light independent stages. And again the light dependent stage, which is classified into two types, cyclic photophosphorylation and non-cyclic photophosphorylation. Here what is a light dependent stage? That means it takes place in the talcoloids contain chlorophyll too, and also it requires light which converts light energy to the chemical energy. Mainly the light independent reactions depending upon the end product, that is nothing but NADP and ATP of light dependent reactions. Further, the non-cyclic photophosphorylation also involves two photosystems, that are P680 and P700 nanometers, and these photosystems contain chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B as well as accessories of the pigment, and flow of electron is non-cyclic. Here the main use of non-cyclic photophosphorylation is a photolysis of water. That means the water molecule will be converted to two hydrogen molecules plus some amount of electrons and oxygen gas. Here the end products are reduced NADP, ATP and oxygen. For non-cyclic photophosphorylation, for cyclic photophosphorylation, they consist increasing of the energy level whenever it reduces the NADP, that means which is taken from the photosystem 1 and photosystem 2. And for cyclic photophosphorylation, it involves only photosystem 1. When compared to the non-cyclic, it consists of two photosystems, one is P680 and P700. For in cyclic photophosphorylation, it involves only one photosystem, that is at 700 nanometers, and in this only the end product is ATP only. Again, the next one is light independent reactions, and the light independent reaction is also called as Kelvin cycle. It takes place in the stroma of the chloroplast. In this, there is no light is required, but there is a need of end product, and because it reduces the ATP and NADP of light dependent reactions, and there is a need of an enzyme, that is uh, Rubisco, that is nothing but ribulose biphosphate carboxyl and carbon dioxide. The factors affecting the photosynthesis. Here the rate of photosynthesis is defined in terms of rate of oxygen production per unit of mass of green plant tissue or per unit weight of total chlorophyll. The main factors include the photosynthesis process are light intensity. Why the light intensity is the major factor of photosynthesis? The rate of photosynthesis is would go up, intensity is increased, because it requires more light a plant absorbs and more photosynthesis can occur. This will leads to the production of more ATP. However, the very high intensity slow down the rate as it bleaches the chlorophyll. The normal sunlight is quick sufficient for normal rate of photosynthesis. Next one, wavelength. Different colors of light can affect how much of photosynthesis can occur, because only certain colors are observed. There are more colors that is observed and more light that is observed, which will leads to more photosynthesis and even eventually the more ATP. And also it depending upon the absorption of light by pigments in the leaf of the plant. The most important of these is chlorophyll A. And carbon dioxide concentration. As the carbon dioxide concentration increases, that means it will be rise, the rate at which sugars are made by the light independent reactions will be increases. In the atmosphere, the concentration of carbon dioxide ranges from 0.03 to 0.04%. However, it is found that 0.1% of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere increases the rate of photosynthesis significantly, and this is done in greenhouses where the plants are grown under controlled conditions, obtaining CO2 from the gas burners. Next one is temperature. Here the temperature has an effect on the rate of photosynthesis. At high temperatures around 25 to 35 degrees range, it is required, the optimum temperature range is required for the photosynthesis process. Next one, water supply. Here the water is the essential factor in photosynthesis. A lack of water not only cause the plant to wilt, but also it limit the quantity of carbon dioxide. Next one, chlorophyll concentration. Here the concentration of chlorophyll affect the rate of reaction as they absorb the light energy needed for the reactions. It occurs due to disease, mineral deficiency, or the natural process of aging. Next one is pollution. And pollution of the atmosphere will with the industry gases produces smooth the blocks tomato and reduces the transparency of leaves, and also the other pollutants that are ozone and sulfur oxide. In fact, lichens is very sensitive to sulfur oxide in the atmosphere. The pollution of the water affect the hydroplates. The capacity of water dissolves gases like carbon dioxide and oxygen is mainly affected. Yeah, the main artificial photosynthesis is it is a chemical process that replicates the natural process of photosynthesis using nanostructures. It refers to a scheme of capturing and storing the energy from sunlight in the chemical bonds of a fuel, that is as a uh, solar fuel. So finally, the all plants and animals that are dependent on the sun for energy. No photosynthesis, there is no life.